bonjour. This is Matt.
And this is Katie, and this is Movies and Mischief with Matt and Katie. And if you're one of our regular viewers, welcome back. We truly appreciate the support. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the Fun House. Katie and I have been married for going on 14 years, and we love watching movies, and we love talking about those movies. That's exactly what we do here on our channel. We watch a movie, and then we turn right around, and we give you our unprepared, unfiltered opinion on said flick. So, let's take a look at what we just finished watching.
We can end the curse. For Shadysiders. What the hell?
You see it now.
Sarah!
Alright. Fear Street Part 3, 1666. If you've been paying attention, Katie and I have pretty much watched all three of these back to back. And mostly back to back. We watched the first one earlier in the week, and then tonight we sat down and watched these last two. So this is the last film in the trilogy. I'm not gonna go
Can't
through
really
the
say
spiel.
a whole lot about it.
Yeah, can't really say a whole lot about it. I'm not gonna go through the whole spiel about the setup and stuff because, like I said, if you've been watching, then you know what's going on.
And if you haven't, why are you watching this one? Start with one, you weirdo!
Exactly. Go back. Do not watch this one. Start with the first one. And then you can
not
watch
that they're going to be spoilers, but this isn't going to make a whole lot of sense, probably.
No, it's not. And we're not going to give any spoilers.
No.
Okay? So if you have watched the other two and you're curious about the third one, it's fine.
Yeah.
All right, Katie, what'd you think?
This was very satisfying. It was a very good wrap-up. It was fun. It took a turn and tied everything up.
Mm-hmm.
Finished all of the storylines. Everything made sense, even though when it first started it was like, wait, why is this person in this place and how did they get, but it all made sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and I was very happy. I would say this one was the best one by far. How about you?
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was great. And I got to tell you, after watching this third one, these are best enjoyed, I think, if you sit down and binge them back to back to back.
Yeah.
I really do think that.
Yeah.
I absolutely love this one. I think this was my favorite of the three.
Yeah.
I didn't have any problem with, I think what you're pointing at, with some of the...
In the beginning, when it's...
In the beginning.
Because each one has been a different year. The first one's 94, then 78. This one goes clear back to 1666. So when you first arrive in 1666, there are a lot of people you've already seen before.
Yeah.
And it was trying to figure out, wait, why are the people from 94 in 1666 now?
Yeah.
But it's explained.
Yeah. But it turns out to make... That didn't bother me at all, really.
It didn't really. Once it got started, I was like, okay, I don't really know what's going on, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed this one. It basically kept everything. They didn't change anything. They didn't really change the format, I don't think. They didn't really change anything they've done in the other two. Mm-mm. They just kept going down the same path, which I think was a really good decision. Mm-hmm. If you watched our previous review about Part 2, I was a little concerned with going into this one because anytime you have this kind of trilogy... And they had a lot to wrap up.
Yeah.
And I was a little concerned with whether or not they were going to be able to pull that off or whether or not they were going to leave anything kind of hanging. But they did a really good job of bringing it all together. One little touch that I thought was really well done was when they went back to 1666, everybody had an accent.
Yeah.
It wasn't like,
Now, let us be clear. It was not remotely historically accurate.
It wasn't.
At all.
But they at least...
Yeah, it didn't feel like, we're just dressing up in these outfits. And
right,
yeah,
it wasn't a bunch of kids from the 90s.
Yeah.
Even the little touches in the language, like kids from the 90s would not, in the 70s, would not use the word dalliance.
Yeah.
Right, so it was little things like that. Like Katie said, it's not historically accurate, words, language, accents. Everybody had kind of a weird Irish accent, but
that's okay.
I thought it was a nice touch to kind of keep you in that world.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Agreed. Agreed. And they did a good job with it. It wasn't anything heavy. It wasn't anything overt. Oh, do you want to be in the movie?
Yeah. It was just, what are you... Oh,
Grumman apparently liked her little taste of fame and would like to join us again.
Yeah, this one was a lot of fun. They didn't hold back on anything. They still kept all of the
smatter, spatter, splatter.
You felt
impact.
You felt, I can't think of the word. There was something at stake for all of these characters.
Yeah.
And you knew any of them could get hurt or not make it through the whole thing. Yeah. So I absolutely loved it. It actually kind of made me want to go and read the series now.
I never did. I never read them as a kid. I was already reading Stephen King, so I skipped right over. I skipped over kids horror and went straight for the good stuff.
Well, R.L. Stine was in the '90s, so he was well after. You were already in your 30s by then, so.
You're hilarious.
So Fear Street, the whole trilogy is now on Netflix, and Katie and I both watch it. But like I said, I think it's best enjoyed if you sit down and you just take a Saturday.
Or at least close together.
Yeah,
don't
one a
leave
night.
More than, don't leave more than a night or two between.
Yeah.
A day or two.
They're much more fun when they're back to back to back.
Yeah.
So there you go, Fear Street.
Do you have any final thoughts?
Damn it, I keep doing that. My final thoughts on this are just, horror is fun, or it can be fun. It doesn't always have to be this deep, thought-provoking thing. It doesn't always have to be this edge-of-your-seat kind of making you always look in the shadows.
It doesn't always have to be Silence of the Lambs.
No, it doesn't. Horror can be fun, and I give kudos to Leigh, Janiak, and R.L. Stine and everybody involved in this for giving us a fun horror series that I really think kids could watch. I really do think middle schoolers... Yeah, I do.
No!
I think middle schools could watch this.
No, there is so much... I mean, maybe 14, 15, but there is so much
middle schoolers,
gore and sex.
I'm not talking about letting your toddler sit down and watch it, but I said...
I would not want my 13-year-old watching this.
Oh, whatever. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
There is nudity, sex, sexual...
There's no nudity.
Situations.
There's no nudity.
You are a cuckoo person.
That's right. Okay, I forgot about. All right. In part 2, there's some nudity.
And even when there's not, it's blatantly sexual activity.
I still think you could let your middle schoolers. I mean, of course, it's up to you as a parent to decide whether or not your kid can handle it. But there are some kids out there that can handle that kind of stuff. Yeah. I did fine with it, and look at me. I'm perfectly fine. I was watching those movies when I was 14, 15 years old. What are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts are the same thing they were for the last movie we were. Books can save your life.
Yeah.
And your family is who you make it.
Mm-hmm.
Stick together.
Stop shaking.
You can get through anything.
All right, so there you have it. Fear Street Part 3, 1666, or maybe this is kind of just a wrap-up of the whole series, really.
It is.
Katie and I really enjoyed it. We hope you guys watch it. Again, please remember to like, subscribe, share, comment.
Comment.
Let us know if there's anything out there you'd like to get our thoughts on. And with that, we're going to tell you guys, I'm going to remind you to seek the positive in your life. And have a good weekend. Bye, guys.